Joining us now is Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg. Secretary Buttigieg, thank you for joining us. And at this point in the investigation, what do you believe went wrong with the ship?
Well, I can't speculate on that. The National Transportation Safety Board, the NTSB, handles the investigation. They are independent by design, but I did see the chair there, and her team is already hard at work. Of course, my first thoughts are with the families that were impacted. Yesterday, still hoping against hope that their loved ones would be rescued alive. Now they are dealing with news that is just unthinkable. And the other thing that was really extraordinary yesterday to see on the ground was the work of first responders. We're talking about divers, law enforcement, Coast Guard, so many people working to respond to the scene, working tirelessly. And there's no question, as tragic as this situation is, that it might have been much worse if it weren't for their action. The closure of the bridge, when every second mattered after they got that Mayday call, the work that was done to immediately rescue the two people who were rescued, just unbelievable work. Now the longer work begins of getting that bridge back up and that port back open, and every day counts on that as well because of the implications for our supply chains and for so many people's commutes.
Yeah, so much is affected, and our hearts and thoughts are with those families and the victims of this tragedy, without a doubt. And you know what, we're learning that an inspection of the ship last year found some kind of issue with its propulsion system. Do you think that could have been a factor?
Again, I can't weigh in or speculate on anything related to the investigation. What I do know is that the force of this ship is almost unimaginable. This is a vessel that was about 100,000 tons carrying its load. So 200 million pounds went into this bridge all at once, which is why you had that almost instant catastrophic result.
And there are questions being raised as to why the bridge was so vulnerable to a collision. Some engineers, they say that it would have benefited from what's called a fender system. Do you think something like that would have helped?
Well, that's something else that the investigation will be helpful on. Again, it is difficult to overstate the level of physical force that hit this bridge all at once. I was there, I saw this ship. It is about as long as the bridge itself, and it went straight into that key supporting beam. What I will say, though, is that, as times have changed, as bridge designs have been modernized, each generation of bridges is more resilient than the last. One of the reasons why we put such a focus on roads and bridges in President Biden's infrastructure plan is to make sure that we have the strongest possible infrastructure. Right now, for the first time, we are putting forward a dedicated federal round of funding specifically for making sure that our infrastructure is more resilient. We're doing a seismic retrofit to the Golden Gate Bridge to help it withstand earthquakes, making sure there are seismic provisions in the I-5 bridge in the Pacific Northwest too. So we are at work right now to make sure that our infrastructure for the future is better prepared for any kind of threat. But really what we saw yesterday was just unimaginable in terms of the proportions of that ship, the size of a Nimitz-class aircraft carrier going directly into the key support beam of that bridge.
Yeah, it seems like yesterday was a major wake-up call for all of us. Secretary Buttigieg, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.